notification on your bank account after a transaction or after someone has paid you and it's just hanging there pending. You know it's right there, but it's coming, but you just can't use it yet. And I want you to think about how you react to that. Do you operate knowing that the money is essentially yours, or do you kind of start doubting whether or not that money will ever clear? That's what we're going to talk about today. What if the blessings are answers to your prayers? What if they're just pending? How would you live if you knew your prayers were about to be answered? So recently, I completed some work and the client paid me. So I bidded on this opportunity. I got the work, and the client actually paid me like really quick. I submitted the invoice, and they had 14 days to pay, and they paid in like 7 days, I think it was. So I submitted the invoice. The payment showed up in my account 7 days later. And instead of it dropping into my account, it just showed pending. So it said pending, but I could see the money. I could see that it was there. And so I want you to think about this. The payment was made, but it showed up as pending. It didn't clear immediately, but I knew that it was there and that it was on its way into my physical bank account to be able to be spent. I want you to understand that this metaphor is perfect for how sometimes our biggest hopes and dreams, they're right there within reach. They're just not visible yet. They're pending. So it's just like me waiting on this payment to clear. We often have to maintain that faith when we pray for things, and it seems like it's not going to happen, but it's on its way. It's just in a pending state. But the truth is, it's really about trusting the process. It's about trusting that what you ask for is on its way, and you're preparing yourself to receive it. So let's talk about a little strategy. So during this time that your blessing, your prayer, your check, your deposit is pending, it's in that pending state, you got to maintain a routine that reflects your faith in the outcome that you prayed for. So, for example, if you're hoping for a new job, you got to continue to update your skills in your network actively. Like you got to keep doing the thing. And if you're praying for recovery from any aspect, like you got to continue to take care of your health and follow beneficial practices. So in my case, I'm waiting on this deposit to drop into my bank account. And it was right on time because I'm doing a long trip that requires, more money than what a short trip would take. And especially with a family of five, and there's 17 of us here in total. And so when I saw that the money was pending, I knew that I would be okay. How many of y'all know that you're going to be okay? So I knew that I would be okay. I knew that the money would drop. So I continued to pack my bags. I continued to figure out the menu for the week, the restaurants we were going to eat at, and all the things that we were going to do. I continued to plan, to prep, to pack, to do all of the things because that deposit was pending. And I just want us to think about what was the last thing that we prayed for. And if it's pending, are you behaving and acting as if it's on its way? So the next thing I'm going to talk about is acting about how you need to act on these pending blessings. Because it's crucial that you got to act as if what you prayed for is already manifested. You cannot pray for something and then keep praying for the same thing over there. That means you didn't believe that it was going to come anyway. And hey, good morning, good morning. If you're with me live, give me a hey, what's up, what's going on? If you're catching this in the replay, give me a hashtag replay. I want us to know that there's a difference between just positive thinking and faith. There's a difference between just positive thinking and manifestation. You have to step into it and really act as if it is because you believe that it has happened. Just like when you see that money in your account and it's pending, you know that that money is going to drop down. You don't get the panicking saying, what if they take it back? What if it falls through? What if they made a mistake? That's not what you say. Happy Thursday, Care Cozy. Hey, hey. So that's not what happens. So you got to start organizing your life around the expected blessings. You got to, for instance, if you're seeking financial stability, guess what? You got to start planning your budget as if the stability has been achieved. If you can't handle the little, how you going to handle a lot? And so you got to prepare your mindset to handle the blessings responsibly when it arrives. Even when my money was pending, it was sitting there. I could see it. This was a 5-figure contract, y'all. It was a 5-figure contract. And I was like, yes, God, thank you. But then it didn't drop down. Normally my money takes a day because I'm a business. And so they clear my money really quickly. Well, it didn't, a day came, it didn't drop. 2 days came, it didn't drop. And then let's be honest. Now I woke up the next morning, I went straight to that bank account to check to see, is it reflecting that money in the bank account, right? So I went straight to the account to check to see. And so it hadn't dropped yet. Third day, it hadn't dropped. At no point did I get wearied. At no point did I say, oh my God, are they trying to take my money? I was like, oh, it'll drop tomorrow. The fourth day, it didn't drop. See, some of y'all would have gotten worried. You'd have got to call in the bank, seeing what was going on. No, that's doubt. I already knew the money was going to drop, and I continued to operate as if it is. But it also gave me a little chance to think about this. It also gave me a chance to say, okay, make sure you got your budget together because you got this extra money. You don't want to spend all this extra money while you're in Texas because you still got life to live when you come back home. So let's figure out a reasonable amount of this money that we'll spend in Texas and set the budget so that we don't go over. And so it gave me a chance to really think about what it was I was planning to do with the money. And so you got to start organizing your life around the expected blessings. And so I want you to just do a quick visualization with me for a minute. Just imagine that the pending prayer, the last prayer that you prayed, imagine that that blessing has just been cleared. Whatever it was you prayed for. Stop for a moment and just take a moment and just think back to what was the thing that I just prayed for. Maybe you said a prayer yesterday. Maybe you said a prayer the day before. And if you're not praying for stuff and manifesting stuff, then that's a whole different subject, because why are you not expecting more for your life? Okay. So we should be praying and asking and serving and stepping in faith every single day. God counts on us to do that. He loves making our dreams come true. And so what if that blessing has just been cleared? How does that feel? The thing that you prayed for, how does that feel? And what changes in your day-to-day life? What changes in your day-to-day life? So whatever that thing was that you prayed for, what happens if it gets cleared today? That pending prayer is going to drop down into your bank account, into your spiritual bank account, into your godly trust fund. So what changes in your day-to-day life? And whatever it is that changes in your day-to-day life, that's how you should be living right now. You shouldn't be waiting for it to drop, because that means you don't have faith. That means that you're waiting to see it in order to believe that it can happen. I want you to hold on to those feelings and let that guide you each and every day. That's exactly what I do. And in order to help me, I keep a gratitude journal where I can write down things that I prayed for, because a lot of times we don't even remember the things that we've prayed for. We forget about them, and then we're unable to be grateful as well. I was talking to one of my business accountability partners the other day, and she's had a really, really hectic schedule. She's been in like 5 different states in probably the last 60 days. And so she was saying how, and she wasn't staying a day or two, she was spending time in each of the states. And so she was saying how she's really tired. She's had a lot going on. She's been doing a lot of travel, a lot of time in the airports, preparing, packing, doing all these things. And she was like, I don't know. And she was like, I got 3 more trips coming up. So she's talking about all these trips she has coming up, how many things she has to do, and how tired she is, and how it takes her time to get her energy back, and all of these things. And when she got through talking, I said, it just sounds like to me that these are prayers that have been answered. I said, you talk about all this travel that you've done. There are other people who would love to travel the way that you've been traveling in the past month or two, and even with your upcoming travel. And from me just sitting here listening, it sounds like this is what you prayed for. Like you prayed for these things to happen. You prayed for travel. You prayed for experiences. You prayed for relationships. You prayed for something. And the Lord delivered. And now that it's been delivered, you are low key complaining because you're tired, you're exhausted, it's eating up your time, you're not able to work in your business the way you want to. But that's not the problem at all. I was like, so take a minute and think about if this was what you prayed for. And then after she thought about it for a minute, she said, you know what, you are exactly right. She said, I did pray for this. She said, I prayed for an exciting life. I normally don't do a lot of things and I get bored at home. And so I wanted to be able to do things and have adventures and have a good life and do, she said, and I prayed for that a couple of months ago. She said, and I didn't even realize that I was living a dream that I prayed for. I was like, right, you need to write these things down. And this is why you all need to write it down. Sometimes we pray for a full plate and then we get mad because the plate is full. You can't do that. But if you have your gratitude journal and you're being thankful and you are writing down what it is you prayed for, you will be able to look back in that to see, oh, this is exactly what I prayed for. So, and this also helps to reinforce your faith and keep your spirits high because like now I'm in Texas. It's a beautiful place. I would love to give you all a tour of the house that we're in. It's absolutely amazing. And it just helps me to see that I can definitely live like this too. But I just want us to remember that every prayer or hope that you have prayed for, it's on a journey towards you. Like, but are you ready to receive it? Sometimes it's really swift and sometimes it's slow, but it's always in travel, en route to get to you. But do you really believe that? So you got to live every day in preparation and appreciation for the moment when it arrives. And it's not a if, it's a when. It's gonna arrive. The Lord ain't never let you down. Not even on your worst days. And so I want us to remember that when your prayer is pending, it's gonna drop down. But are you ready to receive it? And so I just want to give us all a quick reminder. Hey, in Educator's Life, good morning, good morning. I just want to give us all this quick reminder and just know that it's always coming. It's not an if, it's when it arrives. Are you ready? Have you done the necessary work? Have you created the environment for what it is that you prayed for to thrive? Have you done the things that are necessary? Or is it just going to be one of those prayers that's going to be answered and you're not even going to realize or recognize that the prayer was answered? Some of y'all sit and pray and ask for relief from these jobs, to bring in more income, to get around people who are doing better or more. We pray for all these things. And then when people pop up on your screen or you're introduced to people, we turn the other way and we say, oh, I'm not ready. Honey, ready is not a feeling. It is a decision. It's not a feeling. You got to get out of your comfort zone and you got to be willing to do something different. When that client paid me early in advance, or should I say right on time, that money was sitting there. I could see all 5 digits of that money. And I didn't sit and say, oh, what if they take it back? No, I was like, oh, okay, so it'll be cleared. And guess what? It cleared on day 5. It took 5 days for that money to clear. It normally doesn't take but a day for my money to clear, but I knew it was coming. At no point was I, worried. At no point was I trying to rush it. At no point was I scared they were going to take it back. And that's the same way you need to be with the things that you pray for. It's really a sad day when we put more faith and more trust in man than we do in our spiritual beliefs, whatever the thing is that you believe. Hey, Olivia. Hey. And so I just want to remind us to get back on track. I hope this, this session can help somebody who was, in the balance, and it'll give them something that they need. Because when I thought about it, I was like, oh, this is what we often go through. And it didn't bother me not one moment that money was sitting there. Now, I did get up every day to check to make sure to see if it dropped, but I knew that it was going to be a win and not if. And so a lot of us need to understand that whatever you pray for, whatever you ask for, whatever you're dreaming for, if you have put it out into the universe, it is going to show up, but you're going to have to take action. You cannot sit afraid to take action. You cannot sit and think that somebody's just going to come knock on your door and say, oh, here you go. No, it's normally going to come through a relationship. It's normally going to come through an opportunity. It's not going to be God or whatever you believe, him or herself knocking on your door saying, "Oh, here's the prayer that you asked for." And just like with my accountability partner, she prayed for an exciting life, and now she has an exciting life, but she didn't even think about it from that perspective. How many of you all are not thinking about it from that same perspective? So I'll talk to y'all later. I'm gonna go live a little bit today because I'm in Texas, and it is absolutely amazing. I am absolutely loving it, and I am living my dream life. And I want y'all to live y'all dream life too. Like, it's so available. I just cannot even begin to express. I'm here right now. It's 8 of us here. We have 17 coming. And it is absolutely amazing to be able to say what it is you want and then manifest it, bring it into reality. I am here. I am in the beautiful home. I am in the beautiful location. Yes, girl, I'm in Dallas, girl. I'm in Dallas, girl. I'm in Dallas. They got my schedule totally booked with all of these amazing events, opportunities, meeting people. This is what I prayed for, people. I will not complain because this is what I prayed for, to be able to take multiple vacations a year, to be able to change the mindset of family members, to be able to engage and have great relationships with family members, with family, to create a new understanding of family, to be able to, be in places that I could only dream of and experience things that I see on TV. I'm living my dream. I am absolutely living my dream. And so you got to know what your dream is. Oh, Olivia says she's in Dallas too. Oh my gosh, I wish I had time, girl. We could meet up. But honey, I got this niece of mine, and when I say she got this schedule packed, she on her way right here now. She on her way here now to pick me up, and we supposed to be going to some place. She got it all planned out, honey. And she done been on the phone this morning, and she said y'all need to be dressed. I'll be there to pick y'all up. It's amazing though, because we get to. I also have a sister that lives here, and my best friend came with us too. And so it's amazing to be able to live the dream, but I'm here to tell you, you can live your dream too. A lot of us are scared to ask for it. And then when it's being sent to us, we run away from it out of fear. We got to stop running out of fear and step into the dream, step into it. I'm going to talk to y'all later.